Hello everybody, my name's Nicola and welcome back to my channel. This is the Frugal Cottage where we talk all things money to help you on your financial journey. Today's video is my budget with me for November 2025, so don't forget to like and subscribe and let's get started. So, can't believe we're into or almost into the second to last month of the year. I feel like January went by so slowly and then the rest of the year's just been really busy. So it feels like it's gone by really fast, and November and December are my favourite months of the year, so I'm looking forward to this. I'm just hoping it doesn't get too cold too quickly. That's the only thing I am mindful about. But let's get started. So if you're new here, this is my budget planner. I'll leave a link below to these. I use this every month to sort my budget out. So let's get started. So I am using month 2 because that's where I've got to. So aims of the month, just continue to track spending. I obviously can't spell today. That's important for me to keep on track in terms of, so I know that December is going to be really busy, it always is. My birthday's in December, my youngest son's birthday is in December, there's obviously Christmas, so November is the start of kind of all of getting prepared for that. So although there's not any one-off expenses as such, I've made a start already to be fair, but I need to continue Christmas shopping and kind of look at birthday presents and all that kind of thing. So although they're not one-off expenses this month, in preparation for when I do have them, I need to be thinking about those. I do have a Christmas sinking fund, not that there's as much in there as I would like, and I do have a sinking fund for birthdays. So it's about being mindful about where that goes and what I'm buying and how it fits into what I want overall. But I'm going to leave one-off expenses empty for now. No spend day aim, so there's 1 day less in November and it's the start of the expensive time. I'm going to put 17 for my no spend day aim and we'll just see how that goes. I think that's not totally unrealistic. In fact, I'm secretly hoping I'll get more than that, but then I do know life tends to get busier as well, November, December time, and so again it's not just this is all about not setting myself up to fail. I know my budget, I know when we're busy and when we're not, I know when it's easy to have no spend days and not, and it's just about knowing your own budget for that. So that's that bit for now. So let's look at these. So I spoke about this last time when I did my last budget with you and asked for some advice, and the overwhelming majority of answers said that I should raise my food budget, and that is exactly what I'm going to do. So it's been at £200 for quite a long time now, and it is becoming more and more tricky to kind of balance that out and have things left, if that makes sense. So I am going to do that. I am going to put my food budget up to £220 for November and we'll see how that goes. You know, as my boys grow, they are eating more, they are doing more anyway, which means they're more hungry, and providing them with healthy things to kind of have is more expensive, and I just need to be mindful of that. We'll just see how it goes and how much. If I suddenly find myself under £200 regularly again, then I'll put it back down, but for now I think £220 will sit quite nicely in terms of where I want our budget to be, obviously give or take. Petrol is just a normal month, so that is £250. One day I'm going to get a hybrid car. Told myself that I need to get something that lowers this cost down, and at the moment the obvious thing there would be, apart from not travelling so far for work, the obvious answer to that is to get a hybrid car because then it doesn't cost quite as much. Miscellaneous I'm going to put at £20. Don't feel like we've got a lot in there. Children's budget is £100 as always. Cat, I'm going to give him £20. And eating out, November eating out, I don't feel like, I'm going to put that as £20 because when it is now, that's more like things like hot chocolate rather than, we've not really got much on either, so it's not like we're out and about. I tend to be someone who in these months I like being at home, I like staying at home, I like being nice and cosy, and obviously it very much depends on the weather anyway, but sometimes you can't go out, can you, because it's just chucking it down. So hopefully that will fit nicely within the budget. So that adds up to £630. That's so much money, but then it doesn't go very far. It doesn't feel like it goes very far. It doesn't feel like it goes far enough half the time. So yeah, moving on to the next bit. So investments, I'm going to aim to put £100 in there. Overpayment, I do aim to try and put £20 in there. We'll see how that goes. And then savings, I'm going to try and put £50 in savings, which equals £170 altogether. Because November isn't busy, in theory, this should be doable, and this should be doable, so to speak. In reality, I guess it depends on how much more, or how much of my Christmas shopping I do. If I go over budget, which I probably, in terms of, not over budget as in my sinking fund won't stretch to where I want it to, because there just hasn't been the money. I guess we'll see by the end of the month if this is just the case, because I have a sneaky suspicion that this will not be what I want it to be by the end of the month. But there we go, life is life. So, turning over, so my no spend day tracker, so I said I wanted that to be 17. And the colours I've chosen this month are this kind of greeny turquoisey colour and then the purple colour. So I thought they were quite a nice contrast between the two. So hopefully there'll be lots of no spend days in there, but again, I am just playing it by ear a bit this month. Then I can't really add anything in these yet because it's not started, obviously. So I'll just skip through all of these. So, extra income, I am going to try and keep putting some. I've not done as much on Vinted in the past couple of weeks just because we've been really busy. So I'm hoping kind of November I'm going to kind of try and pick that back up so that it gives me a bit of a buffer for Christmas. Same, I've just said £50. We'll see. We'll see, that'd be good to do. Be good to consistently do anyway. And then the final page in this, which I can't do anyway, if I can turn the page, is my month 2 reflection, which I can't do yet because we're not there, because you've not started. So that is my November 2025 budget. I am conscious of, you know, it is Christmas. I'm not bothered about my birthday, it's just another day as far as I'm concerned. There's nothing really exciting about that or to get excited about, whatever. I've got my youngest son's birthday to figure out as well. And then just obviously Christmas, and Christmas is always expensive, no matter how you look at that. So I'm hoping November will be fairly normal in terms of spending, and also it kind of needs to be, because I feel like December is going to be expensive because it always is, and I know that, and it's not a surprise. So that is my November 2025 budget, and yeah, we'll see how it goes. We'll see how it goes with the new number for food as well, see how that feels by the end of the month. So how is your November budget looking? How are you feeling about getting towards the end of the year? I've been pondering, so obviously I've been doing a no spend year this year, and I've been pondering kind of where to go next in relation to that. I do have some thoughts, but I will share them with you towards the end of the year. So yeah, thank you so much for watching as always. Don't forget to like and subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll see you again very soon.